There was multiple altercations. In the process of that, we had at least one officer injured, a lot of scrapes and bruises. We had one officer who suffered a concussion. They tried to break up the fights, but that didn't stop most of the people who were involved in the fighting from continuing to aggress against not only the people involved in the fight, but the officers as well. And they were certainly way outnumbered. We called for additional resources with other law enforcement agencies from across the county and actually into Ramsey County as well. We had over 50 officers there to try to keep things at bay. We were really in defensive mode, just trying to stop things. As we were able to disperse people from the carnival, they went out into surrounding businesses. Northtown Mall ended up going into lockdown because people were trying to get into Northtown Mall. We did ended up taking at least one juvenile into custody. We have multiple others who are likely going to be charged or have been charged in connection with the offenses as well. And you had a lot of people who were at the carnival that were just trying to enjoy a beautiful Saturday at a carnival. Families with kids and things like that, and everyone's having to deal with this chaos. It was ridiculous, quite frankly. We had to shut the carnival down last year as well, and the problem has not been the carnival management. They've been wonderful to work with. They've been very receptive to our increased efforts at security, and they want to run a healthy business, you know, and a just enjoyable place for people to go. The problem is when we have a lot of people show up, there is, you know, certainly minimal, if any, parents there at all to intervene in any of this, and we're trying to control the chaos. It becomes very overwhelming. And, you know, we're certainly looking at what additional security measures we can do because it goes through this weekend. One of the things is nobody under 18 without a parent. We're going to start with that, and we're going to secure the perimeter of that with some fencing because we don't want to have to shut it down. We want it to be a fun event for people to go to, but we also, you can bet we're going to make it a safe event too, whatever that takes. Could have been worse. We had to report a gunfire last year at this event, but we didn't have that this year, so we're very ecstatic for that. I'm very upset that one of my officers was injured. Multiple, I should say, had, you know, bumps and bruises. I mean, when you see the video, it's very evident that you don't go through something like that and not get scraped up a little bit. But like I said, I have one officer who's now out of work because they got a concussion from somebody who struck her in the head, and she was simply trying to protect another kid that was on the ground in a fight. And that makes me irate, quite frankly. I'm proud of my officers. To show the restraint, I mean, that they were trying to just keep people at bay and stop the fight. You know, I think we had to take one or two people down to the ground to try to get them under control because they just wouldn't stop. Every time we tried to keep them at bay, they just kept coming back and trying to get back in the fight to the point they were going after us, going after other people involved. It could have been much worse. You know, I think they showed a lot of restraint, quite frankly, and looking at the sheer numbers and the violence that was occurring, they were doing everything they can. If anybody watches the video, they'll see the officers just trying to keep people at bay, trying to stop things, and they were doing everything they could. And so I'm very proud of that, their efforts at just trying to curtail the chaos. We happen to have our UAS, or our, you know, commonly referred to as a drone unit. We had to have it flying at the time because we were trying to do a crowd count when this broke out, and I think it's very beneficial because it really paints a picture of what's going on there versus a 5-second cell phone video or something. This shows the entirety of, you know, even though there's no audio on the UAS clip, it shows the chaos and the violence that was happening from above, so you can see, put yourself in the middle of that mess trying to sort that out and trying to protect people and stop a fight when it's nothing but chaos around you.